was nominated because of her passion for kids, what she does for them and what she brings out in the classroom, the connections that she helps them make with the real world is beyond what we've seen in our district.
I nominated Annie because when I go into her classroom, the learning is so visible and her passion comes out, and the kids are so passionate about what she is teaching them that it's very contagious.
Annie is one of those creative and dynamic teachers that you love to see in the classroom. Kids flock to her classes because of her creativity and the way she allows them to express their views and makes them feel comfortable in expressing those views.
My son was in Annie's economics class. He would come home and talk about her class and how it was very innovative, and she kind of makes kids think out of the box. You know, my son said it was so much more. He loved her class, loved her class. He even said at the time, I think she's the best teacher I've ever had.
I am originally from Marced, but I lived in Washington, D.C. for 10 years, where I did my undergraduate work, law school, and practiced as an attorney before returning to Marced to become a teacher. I was taking a break from the legal profession. It wasn't what I had hoped it would be, and I wanted to make a difference. And when I found the most joy was when I was in the classroom working with teens, and that was where I found the greatest joy, and teaching provided me that opportunity.
I think what drives Annie to be a successful teacher is her passion for kids. I don't think she settles for just getting something done. I think she sees the excitement in her kids, and she has seen where her program has developed, what it's developed into, and I think she's always looking to make it better. And I think she is so good and so passionate at what she does that she's afraid to let off because it might take a step back, and I think she's always looking to push forward.
Annie is a go-getter. This young lady is full of passion for kids. She's an excellent instructor, always happy and willing to take on whatever task you give her.
What brings me back to school each day are my students and their willingness to learn, their willingness to take risks in my classroom. What makes me an effective teacher, I think, is my willingness to abide by the no judgment concept in my classroom. And I advocate for equality. So when my students come into the classroom, I am not concerned with where they come from. I'm concerned about how do I get them to their maximum potential.
I would think people would want to know that, you know, Annie chose being a teacher versus she could have been a lawyer. She has her law degree, but she wanted to make a difference with kids.
Good teaching doesn't describe what Annie does. I think she's a facilitator. Teaching sometimes described as delivering information. She does much more than that, where delivers it and makes them understand, and the students understand that if they have different views on different subjects, that's okay. But I think she's more of a facilitator and getting them to think a little more deeply about the subject than just memorizing facts.
So what my goal is in the classroom is to prepare my students each day for the world that exists beyond those four walls of the classroom. And if I can empower them to realize that, to accept responsibility for choices that they make in the classroom and understand the impact of it down the road, then I've begun that process of making them contributors in our society. When I found out that I was chosen as County Teacher of the Year, I actually started to cry because I didn't see this as an accomplishment for me, but I saw it as an accomplishment for the programs that I run and for my students because they work really hard every day. I set a very high standard in my classroom, and I have some colleagues say maybe I set it too high, but they reach it. And I know that they're capable of it. And so I felt like this was a win for my students, that what they did really does matter.